She takes my hand, puts it on her thigh, and
Very
says,
bold.
my name, and says, "Can we get married in the playground?" Bro,
That shit's heavy,
I
man.
felt like I felt like I was a little kid again. I was
Yeah.
like, I just started crying, and I didn't even know why I was crying. For sure,
Because it warped my perception of what a normal size is.
Yeah.
And so I measured myself and I was like, nah, that ain't right.
Yeah.
What's good?
Hello, welcome back.
What's popping?
Hope you've been good. We're recording a little late this week. It's a Friday.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
A Friday night.
it's a Friday night.
Friday night.
Got the drinks flowing.
Yeah.
It's a lad's night in.
The reason I'm having Tango, dude, I've got like 20 cans of Tango in the fridge. I have to finish them.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of just, every time I crave it, I'll just have it.
Well, when did you get them?
A while back. I
It's
can't
been a while,
remember.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I was thinking, like, how much have you been drinking for it to... You got, what, 24 cans?
Something like that. And dwindled down. I think I've got half left.
God damn, bro.
I got them a while back.
Anyone with diabetes would just, like, have a heart attack looking at them. But they're
Yeah.
meant to be sugar-free, right?
Are
I
they?
think so. Or
Oh,
they're
yeah,
like
it
Tango
says
Zero or
it's
something.
sugar-free, yeah.
That's cap. That is
Nah, when they say
cap.
sugar-free, it means it's got other sweeteners in there, which can actually be carcinogenic.
Nice.
Actually, that's an MYT fact.
20
Don't believe me. All right, I'm sorry. I'm
I mean,
just
that
saying
was,
shit.
That was what they were accusing, what was it, Coke or Pepsi of? I think one of those brands. I think Pepsi Max, or whichever one is the sugar-free version of it. They were like, there's carcinogens in it.
You can't just say I think and then accuse
No,
a
no, no, no.
company of having carcinogens.
I definitely know they got sued.
Okay.
But I don't know which like brand of theirs
Okay,
was
so
the issue.
MYT fact right there.
Nah,
you
it's
know.
a fact. But
It's a MYT fact
it's a
because
fact.
he can't check it right now. See, I'm thinking 10 years ahead. I'm thinking 10 years ahead when we have thousands of haters and they comb through our content to find something incriminating.
and
then
they say,
post
oh,
that
they
shit.
lied about Pepsi having
Bro, they'll do
carcinogens.
anything, and who knows what the world's gonna find offensive in 10 years.
That is crazy.
And this is why people like me are very important. Otherwise, this guy will go off the fucking rails.
Nah,
Right?
no,
Yeah.
no, no, no.
No, he won't admit it, but he has in the past. I balance him out.
I have said crazy shit, but you know, it's all fun games. It's all fun games.
Of course, I know.
Yeah.
I know that.
do
I know
what
your
you're
words are
doing.
words. I know you as a person.
The fans
know?
that I've cultivated. The
The
ones
fans
that
you've
watch it for
cultivated,
me.
yeah, your friends.
Yes,
Your
exactly.
friends, bro.
Exactly. Everyone's my friend. I'm cultivating
If I'm
parasocial.
I'm that
network.
parent who you never listen to, but then 10 years down the line, you're like, fuck, they were right. You know?
Isn't that every
type of
parent?
Shit? Not really, because there's some shit they say is not true.
Well, some shit,
You
but
know?
like most things parents say, you kind of
Nah.
clock like later in life, and you're like,
I'll be real. There's a lot of
They
things
were
my
cooking.
parents have said that just didn't come true. More than what they said would come true. So
Where they say you're gonna get married at 25.
no, nah. My family wasn't like that.
Oh no,
Nah.
nah, they didn't say that to me
Yeah,
either.
they've always been a little bit like
He's never getting married.
detached.
Oh,
Nah,
right,
they thought I
okay.
was gay for a bit. For real.
They weren't wrong.
I love how he's acting like that's not the same assumption his parents have thought about him.
They've never actually said that.
Okay, buddy.
Never.
Okay.
Never. Not once did they ever doubt my sexuality. Because I
I swear you told me.
I be getting
though.
huzz all the time. You know?
Swear you told me that your mom thought you were.
Yeah, my mom said that as a joke.
Okay, buddy. Yeah.
She said that as a joke.
That's what he tells
Who
himself.
do you think I get
That's
my
what he
sense
tells
of
himself.
humor from? It's my mom.
Okay. Crazy because I know your mom, and that's not true.
She's a very bubbly person. I wouldn't say
She's
she's funny.
bubbly.
I don't
bubbly,
think
but,
either
like,
of my parents are like
your
jokesters.
dark ass humor does not
Yeah,
come from
no.
your mom.
No, I might get some from my dad. I think the way my dad thinks, I'm sure he can come up with like if he was the funny type of guy.
Honestly,
he
looking
would
at
say
your
some crazy
parents,
shit.
I would have never. I couldn't pinpoint where your personality came from.
Neither, yeah.
Like but your general demeanor,
Hmm.
I can pinpoint. You have a very sort of generally calm demeanor.
Yeah.
That comes from your family.
Mhm.
They're generally calm people.
Yeah.
But from everything else about you,
Mm.
shit don't come from his mom or dad at all. Like,
Yeah, that is a running joke in my family. Oh, it used to be where I was just like, yeah, I'm adopted. I'm just straight up adopted. And that's
You're
because
you're just different, bro.
no, but that's because I vividly remember this. I was having a conversation with my mom
Mm.
one of the days,
Yeah.
like a random day when I was 15, maybe.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like before I went to school. So I was
Yeah.
getting
Yeah.
ready in the morning. We were just talking about something, and then she was about to say something, but she stopped herself.
Yeah.
And the premise of like the pretext to that conversation was like we were talking about something serious about
Mm-hmm.
like
Mm-hmm.
life and health and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and about my childhood.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Oh," and then she stopped herself, and I was like, "Oh, what happened? Oh,
Yeah.
what are you trying to say?"
Mm.
And then she was like, "Oh no, no, never mind, never mind." And I was like, "Wait, what the hell? Just say it."
Yeah.
And she was like, "Nah, now is not the time. Maybe when you're a bit older."
And your
And
ass was
my
like, I'm adopted. This
n-
has to be true.
not even that. No, my first instinct, because I can get paranoid 0 to 100.
Mm.
I was like, "Oh, she's dying. She has some disease that she doesn't want me to know right now, and she's keeping it a secret."
That is overthinking to the max,
It's
bro.
that was my first thought.
That is
That was my
crazy.
first thought, seeing her reaction and
Yeah.
everything. And I remember that day I was just sad.
Damn,
I was in my
bro.
own head. I was like, "Fuck, is my mom?
Shit.
What's happening with my mom?" And then I thought, okay, maybe I'm projecting. Maybe
Yeah.
it's my dad. I
Jesus,
was like,
maybe it's my father. Maybe
I was
it
like,
can't be mom. It has to be dad.
and then for a second I was like, you know what? I shouldn't put the negative energy on them. What if it's me? And then I was like, wait a minute. I would know
What if I'm
something was wrong.
dying?
Yeah, I was like, I would know if I
I'll
was
tell
dying.
you when you're older. Is a crazy
Yeah.
thing to say to your kid who's dying.
Yeah,
Like-
exactly. It's like I might not be older.
Yeah.
But yeah, and from that point on, I was like, oh, okay, maybe the secret is I'm adopted, because I don't
Yeah.
like. There was a period of my life where I didn't resemble either of my parents,
Yeah.
and my personality was so distinct from them, and it still very much is.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I got to be adopted.
You do resemble your parents.
I do now. I do. Yeah. I think there was a period where I just looked, because I was so skinny and my face shape was
The crazy
different.
thing is, right? I've known this guy
Yeah, he's
for the
seen me grow up.
majority of his life.
He's seen me grow up.
For the
Which is
majority
weird.
of his life, and you have consistently looked like your parents.
Really?
Yeah, to me at least, from an outside perspective,
Okay, fair
you've
enough.
consistently looked like. Really, you very much equally look like both your parents. You like
That's
if I saw
rare.
your parents, I'm like, yeah, they
Yeah.
definitely had you.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, that
That's
was
true.
bad.
They definitely did.
Dude, I
yeah.
forget that like our parents might see this one day.
I mean, yes, parents have to conceive children
I mean,
in the same way
I
everyone
know,
else
but
does.
it just feels weird to say it about like each other's family.
Yeah,
know?
true.
It's just weird.
Yeah.
Anyway,
You know,
yeah.
respect.
Have
That's me touching their feet.
you have you seen that guy on Instagram who's like a huge Man United fan, but he's from somewhere
Oh,
in
the
Asia.
Indian dude, yeah.
And he's like,
And he gets his wife and-
respect, and he
Yeah.
gets his wife, and his wife just looks hella uncomfortable. She's like, he's making me do this.
And he
But I
puts
think they
on
in
the
love with it.
accent.
Yeah.
I'm the biggest Man United fan.
Let's go Red Devils.
Let's go Red Devils. Let's go Man United for the win. And he's
And
like so eloquent about it as well.
Do you know what
the
it
way
is?
he like?
It's because like it's not his accent that made me tell he's from the Asian subcontinent. It's
I mean, bro looks it.
no, it's not
You
even
can
that.
look at him and he's
It's
like, yeah, he's
something that 100%. If you guys are watching and you're Asian and your Asian parents
Mm.
speak English, right? They speak English. They love to use synonyms for nouns. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying?
Now
like-
give me an example.
Like the guy in the video, he's like, he'll be like, Man United, let's go Red Devils. Nobody says Red Devils out here. No one says that shit.
Oh, like that.
But it's just another way. It's almost like they gotta prove they can speak, you know, that they know
no, I
the
think-
language.
I think-
and it's comes
Yeah.
from a thing of like kind of having, you know, trying to almost assimilate in a way,
True.
which
yes.
isn't a bad thing at all.
Yes.
It's just.
But I mean,
it's just
he's
how-
trying
survival,
to
but-
assimilate into like the football culture.
Yeah, exactly. So he's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, Red Devils, that's another word for Man United." And like, this is something that all Asian parents do. My parents would do this shit as well. Every time like my dad wanted to express to other people that he knew shit,
Mm.
he starts saying like rare synonyms for like some of the words.
Like what? Like
I
what?
can't think of it, but like if I
Oh
think
man.
about it, I'll tell you. So, but I just know it happened.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I wish I had examples to pull from and
I'm
stuff.
curious. I'm
But like,
curious.
has that never happened? Like with your parents, like if they're saying something, and or maybe if they're like around a group of people who like know a little bit more about the subject and they're
Mm,
speaking English,
yeah.
they'll say like um I don't know. Fuck, I wish I had an example.
The only thing,
Like about like pop culture, they'll start using rare synonyms for like the nouns they use in pop culture. Do you get what I'm saying? Like,
nah. The only time they even reference something like inherent to the English language is when they use proverbs, like "Oh, the grass is always greener on the other side."
no, exactly.
Yeah,
It's shit that you would never say in a like if you're like well versed with English, right? And if you're speaking it like because we grew up here,
yeah.
where we've spoken it all of our lives. That's
Mm,
kind of how why our accents sound the way they do, and you know why we sound quite. We don't really sound like we're thinking when we're speaking. It sounds very like natural.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
if you speak English like that, you ain't saying that shit. You know?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess so.
Which
I have said grass is always greener,
yeah, of course. But it's
but I
like
always say like a shortened version of it.
yeah, but it's also like the proverbs and pronouns they use are like
Mm,
ancient.
yeah,
They're
yeah.
like rare. I'm telling you,
They
it's
are.
rare English language. And I love it. I fucking love it. I love like whenever I hear like an Indian
It's
like
rare
oh
because it's
someone from my
from that
culture, yeah.
generation's
But also like
English. You know what
whenever
I'm
I hear
saying?
someone from my culture
Yeah.
speak English and then just use some form of a word that I've never heard before, I'm like,
Mm,
dude, you are keeping the language alive and spicy and just you add
spicy.
your own yeah, they add in seasoning to this shit, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The English language is so ass.
It is like the amount of things like I watched a lot of videos where it's like, oh, the English language doesn't have a word for this, but this
Yeah,
language does, you know?
exactly.
And it's
Yeah.
like, damn. Like they just be see, I don't know if they be pulling these words out like in random conversations. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like I think German has a word for when you're I forgot what it was when you're like hungry but you're angry because of it. It's not hangry, but like there's more deeper
Mm.
specific scenario that you're going through, and it's like who would use that
Who would use that?
realistically?
Yeah,
There is a word for it, and that's cool. But like, is it
but
being
it's nice
used?
to have the word.
It is nice to have the
It's
word.
nice to have in.
I thought Japanese has a lot of those things as well.
I literally like we're said this every week. We're
Yeah,
going Japan,
yeah. But
and
if you don't know,
if you didn't know yet,
if you aren't tuned in, we're
but
going to Japan.
one thing that I wish
Mm,
I was better at was learning languages. I've always been shit at it, and I
mm,
don't know why. Maybe it's just the way that my head works. I don't know, but like the one thing I've been consistently shit at, no matter how much I tried, was learning a language. My own language, like my mother tongue, I I'm even shit at speaking that. I can understand it perfectly, but at speaking it, I'm really bad. I've always been bad at speaking
yeah,
languages,
he's like
except the
that.
one.
If you guys,
Even the English language, bro. I can barely speak that sometimes.
nah, if you there's this guy on Instagram or TikTok who's an Indian dude, but he always pronounces everything in Hindi in like a very British way.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, that's bakwas."
Oh,
Remember
that guy.
that
Yeah,
guy?
yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah.
That
What's his name? Oliver or some shit? I don't
I
know.
don't know. I don't
Harry
know.
or something.
But this guy is that guy.
I'm not that
When
guy.
he speaks Hindi, he's on
Do you
that
know
shit.
what? Do you know what it is? That's why I'm so afraid of speaking Hindi. Because a
Namaste.
motherfuckers like you, and that's crazy. Because I don't say namaste like that.
He's like
Look how I'm saying it right
he's
now.
like one of those.
This guy, do you know what? I'm saying it semi-whitely.
Yeah,
That's I'll give him that. You
yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah.
to like an
He
outside.
doesn't put like the Indian
I didn't put the intonation on it.
yeah
Yes, and I'm not as good at that.
on it.
And I wish I was. And I'm trying. I'm trying, man. I'm
Are you
trying.
actually?
I am trying, man.
Who
I'm trying
who you trying it on?
in my own time, in my own space.
Just in your room, you be
Yeah,
talking
sometimes I
Hindi.
just talk to myself in Hindi, and I'm like,
You
oh
watch
shit,
a
that sounds so bad, and then I just stop. It's because like
you watch
speak
a shitty reel and you're like, ah, bakwas.
Bakwas. Okay, wait.
Yeah.
All right. I don't look for the sake of being vulnerable. We're gonna try some Hindi right now.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna just say some words,
Uh-huh.
and you tell me a word to say.
Okay.
I'll say the word,
Mm.
and then you tell me whether how on a scale of 1 to 10
Okay.
how wide it is. 1
Sure.
being you freshie, 10 being coconut. Okay?
Okay.
Like
Okay,
as
got it.
in coconut completely.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then
Got it.
you know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah, I got it. Yeah.
If you say 10, I'm gonna beat your ass, bro.
All right, all right. So I gotta come up with words for you to say.
Yeah. And I'll say them in Hindi.
And that's hard because I don't know if you would know the word for it.
I'll most likely know it.
Book.
Kitab.
Okay, that was good. That was good. I'll say that's a 5.
Okay.
I'll say that's a 5. Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
I just
See?
need to hear more, and then I might come back and review that.
Yeah.
So
okay. Okay.
Sugar.
Sugar. Chini.
Chini. Is chini? I was thinking shakkar, but I guess
Shakkar?
both of those work.
My family never used shakkar, so
Mm.
I don't know.
Okay, chini is good. Is good. Easy one.
Oh, rate it. What?
Rate it. I'll say 3.
Yeah.
3. That was good. That was good.
Oh, this guy's like Harry. Yeah, shut up. Shut up. 2 words in and I'm already freshy, bro. Don't play with me.
Okay, fine. This is hard to like just come up with words. Fine, bottle.
I know the English way to say
That's
it.
that's the way to
Yeah.
say it.
Oh,
honestly.
bottle.
Yeah.
That's what I say.
Okay, fine. I'll
Yeah.
say that was 6. That was 6.
That was 6. Yeah, it wasn't like my English is very bad.
Okay. This one I guess is a true test. Shit.
Shit.
Yeah.
Shit. Oh my god. Wait. What is the word for shit?
It's tutti.
Oh, you mean poo?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
Okay. When I thought shit, you meant like colloquially the
Oh
word
no,
shit.
yeah. The actual.
Because shit, it's another English thing. It's like a
Yeah. Yeah.
Tatti. Yeah.
Okay. I'll say that's a 7 because
Yeah.
I could feel you trying to make it
You
Indian.
think? Do you know what? I would never say tutty.
yeah, I know.
I wouldn't be like that,
I know.
bro.
It's all about like the
Okay.
emphasis on the
Well,
double T.
Yeah, that's the
You
thing.
know, it's like
Because for me, I'm not wired to say it the right way, you know? So I'm automatically trying.
Yeah,
And because I'm not good at the trying part,
Mm,
I don't say it, you know? So it's like some are good, some are bad, you know?
okay.
But I'm nowhere near Mr.
Yeah, not Mr.
Bacross.
Harry, not Mr.
No, not Mr. Bacross.
Bacross. Okay, last one. This one's swear word. Sister fucker. If you can do the translation, I guess.
Sister
Maybe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That is very literal.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it is.
Oh, this is gonna be sound white as hell.
Okay.
Oh, I'm gonna cringe when I watch this back.
That's fine.
All right.
That's fine.
For
That's
the
what
sake
we're
of
doing this for.
vulnerability.
Yeah,
For the sake of vulnerability on this podcast.
Yeah, let's go. 3, 2, 1.
Banjod.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that one was not as bad as I thought it was gonna be.
I mean, I'm not gonna be like Banchoth.
Yeah,
you
no,
know, like
of course not. Of course
I'm
not.
gonna be like Banchoth.
That'd be too bait.
This is if I wasn't trying. This is how I'd say it, Banchoth.
Mm.
But then I know that's not.
Yeah.
Like,
If
right,
you're
that's-
not trying, I would. So the not trying version, I'll give a 7.
Yeah.
The trying version, I'll say 5.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah.
Look at me.
That's good. Average score, I'd say around 5.
Yeah.
Which is average.
Yeah. I proved this motherfucker wrong.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
He's not Harry level.
He's
not Harry level.
He's
degenerate.
getting it tonight. Let me tell you.
I mean, no offense to Harry. You know, if that
Bro,
that's how you.
I
speak, that's
love
chill.
your fucking content.
He's funny as hell.
The British Indian experience is such a unique one, and you
capture
describe
really well.
it, capture it so perfectly.
You do.
I
you
love
do,
your
man.
content, man.
Love
If you
that
ever
shit.
want to come onto our podcast, come on, man. We'd love to have you on.
Yeah.
As 2 fellow
Indians,
living
in
Britland.
We'll teach you. We'll teach you how to say the words right.
I think he can.
Maybe he can.
I think he's just putting it on.
Oh, you think so?
I think he can.
Actually,
if you can't, no judgment, bro. You know, you heard me. So
yeah, exactly.
yeah. Now let's test my co-host.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. Bro, you're gonna be really good at this. Thing is,
I'm all right.
So Hindi is not his
It's not my
mother
first
tongue.
Not
so
my.
why don't
Yeah.
you tell the audience what you're.
So
This is an episode where you get to learn a bit about us.
yeah, but a bit more cultural.
Yeah.
So my family are from the south of India,
Hmm.
from Bangalore. Well, my dad's from Bangalore. My mom is from Bangalore. Close enough. But both places speak different dialects. In
Wait, you said your
Bangalore,
dad was from Bangalore and your mom's from Bangalore.
no, Mangalore.
Oh, Mangalore. Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay. Sorry, I didn't hear you. My
yeah.
bad.
So in Bangalore they speak Kannada, and in Mangalore, or like slightly below it, they speak Tulu.
Oh, okay, Tulu. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So I learned both of those languages very young, I think.
No, dope, dope.
But I think my parents primarily focused on English because they
Mm.
obviously wanted me to go to like international schools. They wanted to set me up for success in that
Yeah,
sense.
yeah, yeah.
So they mainly spoke to me on an everyday basis in English.
Yeah.
And the only reason I picked up either of those other dialects, South Indian dialects, was because family. Like family would visit me, I would sort of just listen in and learn that
Yeah.
way. I never even tried to like formally learn it through writing
Yeah.
it down or whatever. It's just purely through listening.
I see.
And then Hindi, because my parents then like moved from South India to North India. We lived in Delhi a lot for a long time, and that's in school is
Okay.
where I learned Hindi.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. And then friends and shit there.
The way you said
kinda
Canada,
just-
I was like, yeah, you definitely,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
ain't
yeah.
gonna have any problems.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Well,
I'm chilling.
we'll test you
I'm chilling.
anyway for the sake of it.
All right, let's go. Let's go. I love tests. Testicles.
Knife.
Knife?
Yeah.
I don't even know the word for
Me
knife.
neither.
Yeah, bro, just saying.
Wait. I do.
Chaku.
Ah, yeah.
Chaku, yeah.
That was a 5.
That was fine.
That was
yeah,
a
that's
5.
fine. That's fine.
That was a
yeah.
5. Boiler.
Boiler?
I'm looking at things. I'm just telling you to
This
pronounce.
motherfucker, bro.
I don't even know the word for boiler.
Boiler?
I don't know what the word would be.
I have no idea.
Okay, forget that.
Yeah, okay. Boiler? It's hard to come up
Glass.
with glass. Conch.
Yeah, conch. All right, that was a 4. It was good.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
On average, you're doing better than me. So.
No surprises there.
Table.
Table?
Yeah.
What is table? I love how you just don't know either. You're like, fuck, what
I'm
is
trying
table?
to find out from him. Like,
What is table?
No, if I thought about it enough, I'd be able to think.
I don't know. Nothing's coming to my mind. Table. Yeah. I don't know.
Table.
I sucked at learning
Yeah.
Hindi. Like Shuddh Hindi, which is like pure Hindi.
Pro.
I fucking
I
suck
don't.
at that.
I
man.
don't even think my own parent. Actually,
they-
my parents are good at that. Good at Hindi.
My dad learned Sanskrit, so
Mm.
he can say and recognize certain words, but like, bro, it's so hard to learn that shit.
Literally,
It's so hard.
There's so many words, man.
And low key, it kind of sounds fire when you're able to speak it. Like
Mhm.
my Hindi teacher in school, she would always speak in Shuddh Hindi,
Mhm.
never like colloquially, never slang, no English words mixed in, just pure
Yeah.
Hindi. And I would always be impressed. I'll be like, that's fine.
Yeah.
I could never do what you're doing.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna fail this test, but you keeping
No,
it real.
for real. I don't know. I wouldn't be able to survive in a like
But nobody
school
speaks like
in
that.
India. I
Nobody
know,
speaks
I
like
know. But in general, I think because I think the education system was so different. And you
It's
did go
pretty
to an
bad,
international school, but then even in like more local schools and
I mean, nobody really
non-international
goes
schools,
to
it's like
government schools, which are like the free state schools.
yeah,
Only like the people from like less privileged backgrounds go to.
yeah.
I think anyone middle class or above goes to just normal schools, which is paid, like tuition based. And most of those schools are
They're
international.
international. Ah, I
Yeah.
see. Okay.
When they
okay,
say
fair.
international, is basically they speak English in the school,
Right,
and like
got you.
the primary
Yeah,
language
yeah,
used
yeah.
between teachers and students.
Fair enough. Yeah.
So it doesn't really mean much. I went to like an international school.
Damn.
You know, it was like it was called Scottish High.
Okay. Scottish High.
Dope, right?
Yeah,
That's
but also
that's straight from a show.
yeah. Also, that's like the most colonizer name.
It is. And bro, the uniform, like the girls, the skirts they would have to wear were designed as kilts. Like,
wow, so
with
it was
the-
really Scottish.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, I don't know why they adopted that. Maybe to like seem more different and like charge higher prices for tuition. Because they were
Yeah.
like, Yeah, we're international.
The fact that people even need to pay for school is crazy.
It it is, yeah.
It's fucked up. Anyway, we're not gonna get too deep into that. But first of
Well,
all,
there you go. I win.
he does win on
I
average.
win.
Yeah. I mean, from like the first word, you were already won. So
Yeah.
yeah. First of all,
Mhm.
welcome back to the MYT podcast.
Yeah, we deep in this one.
Yeah,
We already.
we deep in this podcast. We didn't do an intro.
We
Welcome
need
back.
maybe.
We hope you're having a good week. We hope you've had a good week because you're gonna see this on Sunday. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm gonna have to speed run this bitch.
yeah,
And
we're
it's probably not
recording.
gonna have as much of the meme jump cutty type of content.
So it's gonna be more like a traditional podcast.
Yeah, it'll be us sitting down
fine.
and
Yeah,
yapping.
which is good.
Yeah, it's fine.
Good. It's a
We're
good
just
old MYT.
good old word vomit.
Yeah.
Love that.
But yeah, we probably have time for one topic.
One
So
one old topic.
what's on the docket? My co-host has something that he'd like to speak about.
Oh yes.
Let's talk about it.
I think staying on theme with shared experiences.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go down this top 10 list.
Okay.
Male canon events.
Okay, and we can tell each other where we've been through them.
Exactly, and we can kind of explore the background, the context behind.
I see. It's gonna be fun. I'm excited.
Okay.
I'm excited.
How
do you find this shit, man?
I just be scrolling, man.
I know, me
shit comes
too,
up.
bro. Sometimes I will literally scroll for the purpose of like finding stuff to talk about, and I can never find anything. There's like Instagram niches which we could cover for 5 minutes, maybe.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Mhm.
And I'm like, this isn't good enough.
Yeah.
So I feel like I gotta try some different ways there because my algorithm just doesn't.
My feed is like either
for...
get something from the deep trenches of Instagram, like schizo Instagram,
yeah,
or I get some like super straight lined. Just this post has 900K likes, so you know it's a popular.
Shit.
It's been around the block.
All right.
All right. Let's see. Numero uno. Finding out WWE was fake.
Oh yeah,
that was a canon event,
bro. I didn't even believe it. I didn't believe it for the longest time. I thought, if for you guys telling me it's because I had such a naive outlook on the world as a kid, I was like, there's no way they could be on TV faking that they're beating each other up. For some reason, I was like, they have to be fucking each other up. They have to be. It can't be fake.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, to me,
but I was like,
that shit was convincing.
It was. So but I was thinking, what I convinced myself of, WWE and WWF, they were like different things, I think, right? So I was like, WWE is real, but WWF is fake because of the F in the name.
F for fake.
Yeah, WWF fake, yeah.
Of course.
And that's what I'd be telling everyone in primary school. So I was just spreading misinformation that.
I've just found out something. I figured the code.
Yo, WWF fake. I didn't even tell people that. I was like, WWF obviously fake.
Of course.
It's the
I was like,
you have to be an idiot not to believe that. Like, there's an F in the name.
Bro, for me, like I had a phase where I fucking binged that. And WWE and F, I think F was the first thing that came out. And that's where people started making their name. I think Rock was F. He didn't go transition to E.
Yeah.
John Cena, Rey Mysterio, all of those motherfuckers. And then E was where they started doing like the fucking show matches and the production value doubled.
Yeah, now
there's a lot of money.
Now when you watch it, you're like, obviously it's fake.
Yeah, I think nowadays it feels more fake.
Yeah,
just because maybe there are laws around it. Like back then, people did not.
I didn't want to believe John Cena was like
visible.
On some real shit, I thought
motherfuckers couldn't see him.
I literally thought he must be so fast, no one can see him.
Yeah, I was like, well,
because I was on Dragon Ball around that time, so I was like,
oh shit, he's teleporting.
He's using instant transmission right now. Like I was literally like, he must be that fast because he can't be invisible. Obviously.
Of course. Wait, where does he go? Yeah. Where does he? Between his fucking hands. No, but yeah, I was so invested in it, and they made it very believable.
Yeah.
And so when I finally realized, I think I realized when I was like 13, maybe.
When 13?
At 13, because I saw like a behind the scenes video. Oh. And that's when they were first starting, because WWE got onto ESPN, I think.
Yeah.
So they started making a bunch of content revolving around it.
Right.
And then I saw behind the scenes, and they were just kind of being like friendly and stuff. And I was like, wait, so they don't hate each other? I don't give a fuck about this. This rivalry is not even real.
Yeah.
And then that's
I
when
never
I
saw
started
those
clocking.
videos. Yeah, I never saw those videos. I never saw the behind the scenes stuff. So
Yeah.
I think it just, that's why I was able to just believe it a bit longer. Because even when we had PSPs,
Yeah.
my friend from my friend in primary school, one of my best friends in primary school, he had a PSP too. Whenever I'd go around to his, he'd it'd have WWE on his PSP.
Oh,
and
right.
in that you could literally beat people up. You could
SmackDown
people,
versus Raw.
Yeah, hit people with chairs, and that shit
Good
look
shit,
real.
man.
You could electrocute motherfuckers. You could like, and they'd be
Yeah.
bleeding and shit. I'm like, this is definitely happening IRL if they're
This
making
is
it happen
based
in a
on
game.
real life.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
So I just never ever thought it was fake.
Neither.
And then one day, I think as I just developed a little bit more understanding, when I found out other things were fake,
right.
I was like, okay, now I don't have as hard of a time believing that WWE is fake.
Did someone like break that to you, or did you just like naturally come to that?
Kids love doing that shit, man.
They do.
Kids love ruining your dreams, man.
Kid cutting is
literally,
so common.
bro. It was so common back then.
I mean, low key, I did that shit too.
Motherfuckers would just tell me like, "Yo, Santa Claus doesn't exist. It's just your parents getting you gifts."
Yeah.
At an age where I should have still believed. I'll be real.
Santa Claus, I never believed in.
I'll believe that motherfucker sometimes.
I called my parents red-handed really early on, and I was like, I know this shit fake.
My parents, they used to go extra step. My mom.
Yeah.
My dad ain't doing all
Your
that.
dad's like, hey, I don't. Santa Claus isn't real.
My mom, around when I was doing a Kumon, for y'all who, if you know, you know.
Kumon.
Yeah, it was Christmas, and I had come out, and there was a card in the tree, and I'm like, why is there a card in the tree? And my mom had basically written a card and said it was from Santa, a whole ass paragraph saying, "Yo, I've been looking at you. You've been good this year. You've been good this year, but if you but there was an Asian fucking
you've been good this year, but your grades been slipping."
Yeah. It's like, you got to keep being good, and make sure you pay attention to Kumon. I'm like, and you know what? Do you know? Yeah,
Santa?
And you know what I found weird about it? This is what kind of broke it for me a little bit.
She did too much.
Literally, when she wrote Kumon, do you know how the O is a smiley face?
Yeah.
She did that shit.
Oh.
I was like, why are you branding why are you you got a damn brand deal with Kumon now? Like, what are you
doing?
Man,
where do you think he gets his elves from? It's just little children.
He's just kidnapping them from dude. And that's when I was like, okay, who wrote this? Who wrote this? That's what kind of made it hard to believe at that age for me, because I was I was a skeptical kid. Yeah. So I was like, there's no way Santa Claus could have visited me. Yeah. But I did believe it. And then I can't remember what I got for that Christmas, but I was happy as fuck, man.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
For me, like, even though I was so into just fantasy stuff, and like my imagination will always run wild, and I'd pretend in my own head.
We used to play pretend all the fucking time.
We used to do that too. And but for some reason, I never believed in like the Santa Claus, the Tooth Fairy, any of those things. I believed in the fucking boogeyman for a bit. I was like, yeah, that has to be real.
No, but they can't be good people that exist.
No. The good forces don't really exist. Because who the fuck has unlimited presence?
Now you think about it. Though.
Boogeyman's real.
The logistics of Santa being real.
Yeah.
Yo, I don't want some motherfucker coming into my house without my permission.
Literally, breaking and entering, stealing my cookies and milk. Like, I'm
not even that. Like, shit. Don't even, like, the fact that we was so, I don't know how it was so fathomable to be. The fact that we just trusted a guy to come into our house with no keys, nothing, at the end of every year for a day and give us presents. And then my uncle was trying to expand the pantheon and saying, yo, yeah, here's a gift the Indian Santa Claus gave it to me. I'm like, bro, what?
Yeah, there's the Santa Claus multiverse. Spans across the globe.
What? Like, what's his name? John.
John, yes. Sardar Claus.
His name was Sanjay Claus.
Sanjay Claus, yes.
So it was just some bullshit. But anyway, we'll
Fair
move on.
enough. Okay, okay. Next one. And again, I
Oh,
have
just
this fucking
sidetrack though. We
yeah.
could definitely go on a tangent of like just
Oh
telling
yeah.
people about our pretend games.
Oh yeah,
That's a
yeah.
core memory of mine.
That
The
is.
core,
That's for a
the
different
shit I
episode.
have to say about that is
That's a whole dedicated episode.
that shit that I don't even think I've never told anyone
Yeah, I
about
don't think
that.
we have.
Yeah.
I don't
I've
think I
always
have.
just kept that to myself and said one day if I feel like telling someone I will. The shit that we used to do when we played pretend.
He's making it sound like we were up to some freaky stuff.
No,
No,
because we
no.
were a little bit like
Just a bit, just a
Yeah.
bit, just a bit.
but not with each other.
Yeah,
We'll tell you one day.
yeah.
like-
One day, one day. Stay tuned to our podcast, and maybe one day we'll put it out or on our Patreon.
Yeah.
You know. Anyway, second one. I guess this relates to the story I said earlier. Crying thinking about your mom dying.
Yeah.
I've thought about that.
Yeah.
My intrusive thoughts were really bad, and they still are. So I've killed my parents multiple times. In my own head.
Yeah, I can't be doing that.
Sometimes it's really bad, and obviously I don't want to put this negative energy out there, so I'll keep this to myself. But I've thought about some really bad scenarios.
Okay.
In fact,
I thought you were about to say. I'm
No,
like,
that'd
be funny.
I'm trying to keep this to myself. So
I'm gonna say it to
about,
everybody.
But I got fucked up to the point where I was wishing things would happen. Like my intrusive thought would be like, "Oh, I wish
in
this
that
would happen."
sense. Okay.
And I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Nah,
You
nah.
know?
Intrusive thoughts kind of happen to everybody. Yeah.
But anyway,
I get
yes,
that.
I have cried thinking about my mom
Yeah,
dying.
same. I mean, my mom. One time I remember it was
Mm.
it was in the
The old house.
the house they're in right now.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah.
This one. Okay.
It was the house they're in right now, and
Yeah.
I remember we having some work done. I had to sleep in my sister's room.
Mm.
My mom was like ironing, and I'd slept and I got up and I was old enough to not be crying about this shit, but it spooked me so much I started crying. I had a dream
Oh,
that
okay.
they were gone,
Oh right.
or that something had happened to them,
Mm.
and it was like they'd be changed forever
Yeah.
in like a bad way for them.
Right.
And I would go up and I just start, bro.
That shit's heavy,
I
man.
felt like I felt like I was a little kid again. I was
Yeah.
like, I just started crying, and I didn't even know why I was crying. It was like a big age too. I think I was like 14, 15. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's not. Of
No,
course,
no.
that's not that old.
I wasn't laughing at that.
Yeah.
I was laughing at myself because technically I've never naturally cried after the thought of my mom dying. I've been sad, but to me, I was like, wait, this is fucked. I should be crying right now. So I forced myself to cry. I literally,
You're a weird kid, bro.
I forced
You're
myself to cry,
fucking weird,
and
kid,
I
bro.
couldn't. I'm terrible at acting, I guess, or whatever. And it's really hard to force yourself.
It is hard, yeah. If you can do it, you're very talented.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I started punching myself in the stomach.
bro.
It's like, okay,
bro,
if I hurt enough,
yo,
maybe a tear will
the
drop.
things this man did to himself as a child, yeah. Because the reason I just want to say this, right?
Yeah.
One day he will tell you the reason he's got glasses.
Yes.
Because
will.
I know.
I think
this
maybe
story.
I have in the audio.
What the
episodes.
actual fuck? Yeah, I think you might have.
I think I have.
We'll say it again sometime.
Sometime, yeah. On the
But-
recap episode. Okay, so we've done number 2.
Yeah.
And actually, I mean, this says top 10 male canon events. I'm sure girls
Oh,
are this
yeah,
shit,
for
same
sure.
shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, number 3, being liked by chop shit.
I feel like I've seen this post now.
Okay, yeah.
What's chop shit?
Chop shit is just someone you don't find attractive.
Okay. Oh
Yeah.
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 Second grade.
Second grade.
Second grade. I
Chop
remember.
shit. Damn.
Bro, she sat
Such a
next to. It wasn't
distinct
chop shit. I just
memory.
I wasn't into her because, bro, I wasn't into. Well, I had crushes.
Yeah.
Listen, I've always been in the ethnic minorities.
Mm.
This was the first and only white girl I think has ever liked me in second
right.
grade. So, so I was like, I don't know. I wasn't really giving it the time of day.
Mm.
I've been liking my brown queens from day one. So don't even play.
Real.
But anyway, so the people I felt attracted to at the time,
Yeah.
I didn't even understand attraction first of all. But the people I did feel attracted to were different. Like were not who that girl was, and she's a white girl.
It's not your type.
And she wasn't my type. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she kind of she she came up to me, and she was my friend. I was friends with her.
Oh,
And she
okay.
came up to me, and we were sitting down, and it was a register time. You know, when you sit down on the floor and the teacher takes a register. So she takes my hand, puts it on her thigh, and
Very
says,
bold.
and says my name. She says my name, and says, "Can we get married in the playground?"
You were like, sorry, you chopped this fuck.
Dude, that is crazy.
You're like, sorry.
I was also raised well, so I didn't say that shit.
You're like, sorry, I'm into older girls.
I was saying shit like, what did I say? It's like,
I'm taken.
I can't remember her name, but let's give her a name, like Emily.
Emily, yeah.
I was like, Emily, I don't think we can do that, but
bro's trying to be diplomatic about
it.
it.
Very nice of you.
Emily, our races wouldn't work together.
I wish I said that. I wish I'd understood my attraction back then.
Like, Emily,
but
I'm
I didn't.
not about to get colonized again.
But in my head, I was just like, I was kind of like, whoa, what the fuck? So I got to let her down easy.
Yeah.
So I said to her, yeah, Emily, we can't do that. And she's like, oh, but why? I'm like, oh.
You're like, hey, leave it, bro. Leave it.
Why? And in my head, I knew it's like, because I don't like you like that. I was like, I would never want someone to just be so blunt with me. So I said, maybe some other time.
Bro, postpone the wedding.
I was like, yo,
maybe in a different time.
Not right now. Yeah, not right now. But like, maybe next week, you know?
Bro, imagine.
And I just avoided her after that. I hope she forgot, and she did.
She did. So, okay, that's good. That's good. I've been down the avoid path, and some people don't let go. So, you know, that's hard.
Yeah, I know. But like,
But imagine your paths cross like in
now
the next year. Yeah.
I don't even know. I can't even remember. I remember what she looked like when we were in year 2, but I don't know who she is, what she looks like now.
Yeah.
I haven't even heard anything about her in ages. I don't even know her like full name.
But looking at her then, would you think she would grow up to me?
Don't say that. I don't want to answer that question, all right? Like, I can't tell. Who knows?
Okay.
People change so much. I've changed so much in the last 3 years.
But that was that was the one time that happened?
That was the one time I feel
the one time you came across.
Bro, I'm sorry.
Everyone's
in hindsight in 2nd grade, yes.
Everyone's
to me, I wasn't attracted to
For
them,
me, I think
like that's not to say white women are attractive. All women are all beautiful.
Bro, you're digging yourself a deeper hole here.
Just cut it out. Do the next one.
Well, I didn't talk about my
yeah. Sorry.
What the fuck? All right, real quick. I had plenty. Okay, next one.
No. Say.
Well, no, I did. That's it.
That's it. You're
plenty of chop shit like
I mean,
me.
you've told me. Yeah,
yes,
you told me.
You know?
Okay.
I mean, not to say that, you know, someone wouldn't find me as chop shit if I like them. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sure.
I 100% know I've been that chop shit.
I've been chop shit for some people too.
For someone. Yeah.
I know I've been chop shit for 2 people.
Yeah.
I had a crush on in secondary school. I know.
Same.
For sure. So
2, 1.
I've probably been chop shit for more, but who knows, man?
Yeah, who knows?
But we take L's in life, man. It's okay.
Exactly. Everyone's chop shit to everyone. Circle of life. Okay. Doing your first all-nighter on the game. Well, I guess the game is just, you know,
many. Yeah. I remember that time. Not an all-nighter. I don't think I remember my first all-nighter. But I remember the first time I spent substantially longer than I usually would.
Okay.
And that was when I got Watch Dogs for the first time.
Okay.
I remember it coming.
Yeah.
The Amazon delivery coming. And I literally kissed the game CD. I was so happy. I was like, I kissed it. I was like, yes, you're here. And then I put it in my PlayStation.
Yeah.
And I played it from 2 to like
2 p.m.
2 p.m. to like 8 p.m.
Oh, that's
non-stop.
Not that bad.
I know, but it was I would usually not be on for that long.
Right.
That was like the first time
getting that long on the TV as well is like crazy,
you know. And I had to fight motherfuckers off. Bro.
Yeah.
My sister was coming and she was saying, "Hey, please let me. Can I please watch now?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, let me just finish this mission.
Yeah, watch me play this game.
And I'm like, you'll finish the mission, please. I'm like, oh god. And my mom's like,
you gotta stall.
Yeah, mom's like, get off. I'm like, Mom, I have to finish this. And then I just keep stalling.
You're just like, I can't pause this game.
It's just no, I do remember. Yeah, but I remember the all nighter. I don't have like vivid memory of, but I remember doing all nighters. I always used to do that shit.
Yeah. My first all-nighter, I think, was first year of uni. Like I used to game a lot back in school, but I was never really allowed to stay up all night. I think the latest I played in school was maybe from like 8 p.m. to 3 a.m.,
Mm.
which is not that long. That's like
Yeah, I never really used to
actually no,
sleep at 3 when I was
that's
younger.
7 hours.
That's a long
That's a
fucking
long
time.
time.
Yeah.
That was Destiny.
Yeah,
I
man.
grinded
That
that shit out.
shit, that game was fun as hell, man.
But first all
Yeah.
nighter was first year of uni. Overwatch.
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 Shit, I didn't even expect that.
I went from gold to high platinum in
I
the
went from
the day.
gold to high platinum in one day,
And
guys. Sorry.
Of course, bro. This guy's just jealous because he ain't ever been ranked.
I've never been ranked. Yeah.
Yeah.
To be honest, I've always been kind of shit at multiplayer competitive games. I'm more of a single player guy, but
Single forever.
bro, let me tell you, everyone has their strengths.
Yeah.
This motherfucker would never even in his life be able to beat God of War in hard mode. Me,
Bro, I used to
did
play
that shit.
single players
Okay.
like easy
I know.
easy, bro.
And then what did he do? Oh, I like competitive stuff.
yeah,
and look at
because
you.
I'm
You
playing
fell.
against AI, bro.
You fell
playing
against
from
grace.
bots.
Yeah, you play against
Playing
yeah.
against bots,
But
bro.
let me tell you, it's a real fucking challenge, bro.
Yeah.
It's
Or
a
you know
real
what's a
challenge.
bigger challenge? Playing against real people that are better
No.
than you.
No,
Yeah.
there's no challenge in that.
That's literally a
I
bigger
don't.
challenge.
You know what it is? I don't feel.
the fulfillment.
I don't feel the drive to be
Mm.
competitive against other people
Yeah.
because people on video games are the fucking worst.
They are. Yeah.
I don't want to be competitive against a shitty person.
Mm.
You know?
Yeah.
And
true.
most people who you play with are dickheads. I'd love to be competitive with people who are like it's like
Sane.
constructive competitivism.
Yeah.
Competitivism. You know?
Yeah.
That's why I'll never play a competitive game with this guy.
That's true. That's true. We have
Bro,
never. I guess the
literally-
closest we got to competitive was Destiny.
Yeah. And even then
We'd be on the same team.
We'd be on the same team. I would never play against him.
Yeah.
I've already got a taste in the recent months of how competitive this fuck ass guy can get. Like,
Yeah.
you know?
I'm Asian through and through in that aspect.
No, you are.
Yeah.
You absolute wanker, bro. Like,
All right. Number 5, searching up your phone size. And obviously we know what phone means.
yeah.
I wonder what the equivalent for that is like with girls. Like, what do they?
I don't think they. Yeah. Did you have like a size thing? Let us know. You know.
I'm sure they must have.
I don't know.
I feel like breast
I
size is such a like.
I think
a common
I think that's
discussion
probably.
topic.
But how do you measure that?
Like cup.
Oh
Like, what
yeah,
cup
yeah,
are you?
yeah.
At different
They probably.
times.
I think women probably had it on a lot more aspects of their body than just.
True. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys probably had it worse than us,
It was. Yeah.
dude.
For us, it was just like a pee long, pee short.
Yeah. No,
And
I mean,
honestly,
I was getting scientific with it.
oh, you
know?
Oh, like,
Yeah. I was like, wait, how long is it? So I was like, wait, so how long is it flaccid?
hmm,
So I measured that. I
yeah.
was like, how long is it erect?
Mhm.
I measured that. I'm like, wait, so
I
what's
think
the
you
growth?
should pull it back a bit. You went erect, and I think it's
Sorry,
Erect.
erect. So like,
yeah.
I measured when it's erect, and I was like, well, I mean, wow, what's the growth rate here?
Bro, calculating percentages.
Yeah, and I'm like, wait, where should I start measuring from? Should I push the ruler back a bit and start from the very base? Because I mean, I could reach that in the
Technically, if the base of the ruler is at the shaft, my growth rate would be approximately 25%.
I can't even lie to you. I was on that shit.
But if we were to take it account from the ball sack,
yeah, I was like, wait, because I heard the word balls deep. I'm
Yeah.
like, wait, so I could count my balls
so
to the left.
technically it starts from there.
Yeah, and I'm like,
I
wait,
did that too. I did that too.
I got an age.
Bro, like I remember the first time I did it, and this is how like corn is so bad for you.
Oh, for sure.
Because it warped my perception of what a
for sure,
normal
for sure.
size is.
Yeah.
And so I measured myself and I was like, nah, that ain't right.
Yeah. You're like, no, must have got something wrong there. Like,
Because okay,
must be a problem with the ruler.
The first time I did it with a small ruler, so I
Yeah.
had to like double up the measurement and be like, oh, okay, shit, like it's
you like held the point.
Yeah, I was like, okay,
and you
from
like
here,
held the
and
point and then get the ruler on.
I literally
above
had to
the
move
finger.
it like a millimeter, and that's not even that much. But I was like, oh fuck, okay, I'm fucking it up. I gotta get a better ruler.
Yeah, yeah,
And so I think like a couple of weeks later, I had to buy new stationery, so I bought like a 30 centimeter ruler,
yeah, yeah.
and then I measured it, and I was like, nah, I'm doing something wrong here. Or maybe it's, and then I was like, oh, maybe it's from the balls.
Yeah.
And then I measured the whole thing, and I was like, oh, okay, that sounds more realistic.
Bro, I was just wondering if have any of y'all gotten measuring tape and measured?
I've done that too. Yeah,
No, not the
clip-on one,
straight
the
one,
extending
not
one.
the extended one.
Oh, like actual tape.
No, like the little floppy.
Oh yeah,
measuring
yeah, yeah,
tape.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I've done that.
I was
shit.
like, that's more accurate, obviously, because people use that in
Oh,
construction and shit.
yeah, of course,
So
of course.
the ruler, it might have been the bends and the penis doesn't account for that. So
Literally, man, it was so. Oh, I fucking tormented myself for like a month, being so overly concerned. And then I was like, oh, like there has to be a way to like make it bigger.
yeah.
And I would
I
just
looked at
tug on it.
exercises, yeah, and you're like, oh yeah. And do you know those ads you used to get whenever you watched it? It's like,
Yeah.
this technique will make it.
Yeah.
And I clicked on them one time, and it's like, yo, take this pill,
Yeah.
and it'll make it bigger. I'm
I
like,
was like, ah,
really,
nah.
a pill? Like, oh, what's shipping's a bit expensive. I just left it. Thank God, bro. Thank God I had that conjuice mindset.
I never. For me, it was like, because the animation they would do was like, it would be small, and then it
Yeah.
would rapidly grow.
Yeah. Even as a kid, you found that unrealistic.
I was like, that's not happening.
yeah.
Mine's already kind of.
Mine's already up to here. Like, damn.
I was delusional, and I was like, I
Yeah.
just don't need this.
Mm.
It's good enough.
You don't need this. It's
That's how
crazy.
I coped with it.
All right.
I was like,
Fair.
yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. I think over time, I just kind of
Eventually, I realized it's all about girth. You know?
Yeah. Nah. Eventually, I realized I just got it.
I just got it.
I just got it. You
Yeah.
know.
It's all about how you use it.
I never kind of realized like, oh, it doesn't matter about size and stuff. I kind of just realized like, I'm chilling.
Yeah.
You know, like my shit is fine.
Yeah. For me, I think I watched like there was a phase where a lot of these honest reviews from girls about penis sizes was like a huge thing. It was like girls being candid about what they like in men, like height and all of that.
And they're like, oh, dick size doesn't really matter.
And I was like I watched enough of those videos, and I was like, okay, there's a general consensus that they don't really give a shit.
Yeah, but then there'd be the odd video here and there where you know how those like IRL interviews were so popular, and there'd be some dude going to a beach, and it'd always be some fucking Indian guy.
You know how I fucking filtered that out? If I found the girl attractive, I'll give more weight to her opinion. And it's usually the ones I didn't find attractive that would be like, oh, I love big dicks. And I was like, I don't really care.
But anyway, next one.
Oh, finding out Santa was fake. Number 6. So we talked about that. We talked about that. Number 7, first fight.
Never.
I've been in one. Protecting my sister's honor, I would like to say. So
I always kind of
threw a guy down some stairs.
Shit.
Yeah.
Oh, you did tell me about this.
I did, yeah.
Damn, bro.
Fuck
pretty bad time. Yeah, fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy.
Hey, man. As long as you're not injuring someone.
I don't care.
Honestly,
don't talk shit about my sister.
Way too far ahead. Because every time I tried to do something like quote unquote bad at school,
you were just seeing yourself in court.
Yeah. No, genuinely. Either that or in jail.
I
was like, I'll get arrested because like I punched the guy, but then he died, and like even though I didn't intend to kill him, it'll be manslaughter, and they'll do some bad shit to me in prison. Like it's
for me, it was like I'm so good at lying, I wouldn't get caught. That was where my confidence
been delusional from day one, and I fed into that.
Yeah, you did.
I fed into it. What kind? I mean, it was partially on me too.
Hey man, I think you helped hone my lying skills.
Fuck, you did not hone shit.
Eventually, it got so easy. I was like, okay, let me push it to the limit and just come up with crazy shit. And then I realized, like, oh, this wouldn't work on anyone with a normal
friend. You are a horrible friend.
Yeah, I was.
Because of your lies, we fell out for like a day. Yeah. And then we came, once we met up again, I was like, yo, and you were like, oh yeah, sorry about all that.
We were literally like a couple that fought. And we just approached each other back again. Like,
I remember when you lied to me,
good?
And I believed it was real. And I told your mom, And because I was scared out of my mind. The shit he lied about, yeah,
Yeah.
snitching was warranted.
Yeah, it
Okay.
was. It was.
So I told my mom was like, oh, he was joking, beta. And then your
Your
mom was,
mom knew what was
yeah, yeah.
up, bro.
Your mom was like,
Real one.
she was about to smack your ass. You were crying. You were scared out of your mind. I'm like, yeah, good. This motherfucker's like,
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy. I didn't take the snitching to heart because usually I would. Because I'm like,
we were meant
fuck
to
you,
be.
bro. Fuck you. You're
We
an
were meant to
op.
be, bro. I'm sorry.
No, 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 no.
The shit
Justified.
that you said
I'm
was
saying like
crazy.
in other circumstances.
I think you must, in your head, you must have registered. Yeah, that was kind of fucked up.
Yeah,
What I
yeah.
said.
I think it was one of those moments.
He's
I
like-
pushed it too
he's
far, and I was like,
you
okay,
were like, why did I say that?
okay, relax. Yeah, first fight, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I never had that experience.
That's-
I've someone's got me in a headlock and I'd count that as a fight, but I didn't
Mm.
fight back. But so I guess kind of, yeah.
Oh, look at pacifists, man.
Yeah.
Number 8, finding out L3 and R3. Finding out what L3 and R3
Oh
was.
yeah, bro.
I was. I mean, yeah, fine.
Yeah. When I found out I can melee with L3, bro, it changed my life.
When I found out it was a button at all, I was like, what the fuck is the point of this? And then I started playing other games that used it.
Yeah.
So
I was kind of like, this is pointless. Why can't you add a third button? I was like, why are you adding it such a difficult to press thing? Like,
yeah, it's I don't know.
it's not intuitive at all. But anyway,
Last two, I don't know that this list kind of died down. They
Hmm.
stopped coming up with original stuff. Having a side part growing up.
a side part. I did.
Yeah, I had it.
I had it. We
I
both
had
had it.
I don't know if it's a male canon event. I think it's more an
I think-
Asian canon event.
Yeah. Who you never know, but yeah, I think so. Yeah, a lot of the kids I saw in school who weren't Asian, they did not have that shit.
Yeah, I mean they
Yeah.
like white people usually rock middle parts or
So
the Justin
yeah,
Bieber
the
haircut.
side part is the quintessential Asian haircut
It
growing
is.
up, man.
It
Like,
is.
If you're Asian, part of the Asian subcontinent, you know what we're
Yeah,
talking about,
you
man.
probably got that
You know.
fucking thing rinsed
Yeah,
on
bro.
you when you were a kid. If you let your parents do your
Mhm.
hairstyle. Last one, group chat dying, then getting revived. Nah, I've only been in cemeteries, man.
Yeah, all my group chats have died. They've never been revived.
Ooh. Yeah, after dying,
Partially,
they never
but
get
yeah.
revived.
Partially, back when Kick was a thing.
Kick
Remember?
group chats?
Yeah, well,
I
after
never fucked
bro,
with that shit.
after
Our little summer.
no,
Oh.
the trip to Belgium.
Okay.
That group chat lasted a while.
That is true. It did
Yeah,
last a
on Kick,
while.
yeah.
But there were motherfuckers in there that were really trying hard to keep it alive.
Yeah. Do you know what I did?
Just for
I killed
just
it.
for girls.
I remember I killed
You
it.
killed it?
I
Damn.
on my phone, I remember
Mm.
I tapped every single emoji on the Apple keyboard
Oh, to like spam it?
in one message, and it crashed the chat for everyone. They's like, "Yo, I got to make a new chat," and the chat never got revived again.
Damn.
Yeah, because they didn't add the same people.
To be
and
fair, I know
stuff.
a lot of towards the end it was just sending stickers. Because I know Kick like stickers were a
Oh,
new thing
really?
on Kick.
I can't even remember. I remember
was Kick and
Kick
Line.
was just a cesspool of like.
It was.
After a while, I mean, I didn't even use it, but I heard
Yeah, now it
like,
became like
people
a
just were sending shit to each
nude
other on
central,
there.
drug
Yeah,
central.
like,
it was just
crazy.
people selling shit.
Mm.
But yeah, never revived again. And I'm very
Mm.
much pro killing group chats. I hate group chats because there's a lot
Yeah.
of pressure to like talk in them.
Yeah, I don't like group chats either.
Unless you have a group of friends that
Yeah.
you know you fuck with.
Yeah,
and,
like a
can
permanent
bounce off
group
of each
for
other.
sure. Yeah, a permanent group for sure. I think when they say canon event, it's probably more so like children. You kind of your friendships are a bit fleeting in a way, you know.
Yeah.
like you go in and out of friendships, so
True.
you kind of
Actually,
you're
no.
more likely to have.
There's one group chat that's still alive to this day
Oh yeah.
with my A level friend group.
At that point, though, your friendships are more solidified. I don't think that it can
Yes.
count as a canon event.
Yes, but I don't think leaving A levels, like after we finished our A levels, I don't think we were like as tight of a group.
Got you.
Like I was very close to one or two guys within the group, but I never thought we'd like come together
Mm,
in the future. And we did have a group chat just for like meeting up purposes and school purposes. And after we went to uni, it kind of fizzled out. We didn't really like hit each other up.
yeah.
Maybe if we happened to be in in our hometown at the same time, we'd be like, yo, let's link up.
Mm.
And then the common denominator would always be like we'd plan something last minute and everyone would bail. you know. And so we named one of the guys. Shout out to you, man. He took the initiative to just be like, yeah, now fuck this shit. He memed the group chat. He called it "Last Minute No More," and now we kind of actually don't do shit last minute. We
that's
still,
good.
I mean, every now and then we're just like, yo, who's free for a link up right now?
Yeah.
But a lot of the time now we plan ahead, and it's still
Yeah.
it's not a lively group chat per se, but we still talk within it every time we're trying to plan something.
That's good. That's good. Yeah.
So
yeah.
that's where you know, that's
Yeah.
one of my Jesus group chats.
Nah. None of my group chats survived.
None of yours?
None of them survived. Yeah.
Damn, bro. Let's
Yeah.
create a group chat, kill it, and then bring it back.
Yeah. What, if a group chat was just 2 people?
Just us, yeah.
It's just a conversation. Let's stop talking to each other for a week.
Fine, we gotta find a third person to add. We just ignore them.
Yeah.
Just add a random Instagram user.
And we just start talking.
Bro, let's add LeBron in the
Yeah. Yo, how many people do you think have done that? I've just added celebrities to group chat and they just talk with the celebrity in there.
I don't think you can add them.
I feel like you could.
Because I think there's like a function where you can't, like they can turn off people messaging them. I'm pretty sure.
I think now you got to do message requests, maybe not, but back earlier, like a few Instagram updates ago, you could.
Fuck. Does LeBron even have a group chat? Okay, so you can message them, but you can't add them to group chats, I think.
Got you. All right.
Right.
Fair.
Damn.
Oh, well.
That sucks, but we've just gone through the top 10 male canon events.
If there's any other canon events you can think of as a guy or just as a person,
I'm sure
drop them in the comments below. Let us know. Hit us up. We might cover them on a future episode.
Cutting your balls while shaving it, pretty common canon event.
Only happened one time or twice in my life.
It shouldn't happen more than once, you know, thankfully.
What do you mean?
If you keep cutting yourself.
Oh, yeah, but like it can happen by accident.
Oh, right. Yeah.
What the fuck? Of course it's not going to happen more than once.
Well, no, I mean, the first time it happens is also by accident. You're not intending to cut yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
You would only cut yourself by mistake. Never intentionally.
Yeah, but like it can happen more than one time.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
No, you said it can't happen more than once.
No, I say I shouldn't happen more
than
than once.
Yes, but it does sometimes.
Sometimes.
It's happened twice in my entire life. So
twice in your life?
In my life, yeah.
Damn, you fumbling, bro. For me, only once.
I think you're lying.
No, I'm serious. I'm very careful. After that one time, like I learned from my mistakes really quickly. After that one time, I've been like cautious.
No, I've been cautious, but it's like you just don't know
how it could interact.
How it could interact with your,
like
your area.
A bump in the road,
Exactly. You know, you don't know. You can't anticipate these things all the time. So that's why it's hard. But I've been more
if you got
vigilant.
Bumpy balls, drop us a like.
Drop us a like. Fuck that. Subscribe, bro.
Yeah, we need numbers.
Mm-hmm.
We stuck at 7. So do us a big favor. Subscribe to us.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for listening. First of all.
Oh shit, we're doing the outro.
Yeah, we're doing the outro. Thank you for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, please like, subscribe, turn on that notification bell if you give a shit about hearing a podcast every week. We release episodes every Sunday. No specific time at the moment, but I'm sure we'll.
I'm trying for 6. I'm trying for 6 p.m. But 6 usually it doesn't hit that deadline. So
yeah, follow us on all of our social media accounts at the MYT Pod. Follow us at the MYT Podcast on all your favorite streaming platforms. Spotify, Apple Music.
Mm-hmm.
I think Google is dead now. Like Google
Podcast is dead, but
Podcast.
It's on most of your favorite streaming platforms. But I know most of you use Spotify and Apple Podcasts. We're on both of them. So.
Yeah. So show us love, show us support. You know, drop a comment if you guys enjoyed this episode or have something to say.
Yeah.
Maybe you guys relate to the Male Canon Events.
Yeah,
you know.
I mean, you know,
or maybe you're a female that relates.
Let us know that
events.
if these events we mentioned were specific to guys, or if you experienced them too. As a
I'm
woman,
sure.
You know,
I'm sure the ladies out there, done some of this stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for watching / listening, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.
Catch you next week. Bye.